Hello everyone, welcome to this card reading today. This reading that if you find yourself drawn to, I really invite you to take a moment here, whatever time of day it is for yourself. I decided to do this card reading today because I felt like there has been a lot of like a mix of different energies right now, and it feels like we're on the brink of something really big and powerful right now. So I've been feeling pulled to do a card reading, and this is my first collective card reading. So um, we are going to start. I've been feeling like I should be pulling 3 cards from this specific tarot deck. Um, so I haven't done a whole lot of tarot myself. I more so have done more oracle card readings. So I will kind of read off what comes up for these tarot, but I will also then go into my own intuitive guidance as well. And I'm also really being called to be doing a bit of a just blessing of these cards before we go into our readings today. Okay, so we're going to start with our tarot. Spirit, what is the messages that you have for this individual collective today? What is it that they need to hear? I just do feel like there is a little bit of heavier energies right now. So if you've been feeling like you've been feeling a lot in your heart chakra, or there's been a lot of emotions as of late, I just invite you to take this moment here as well to know that you're in a safe space and this is here. This guidance that is coming to you today is from the highest light, the highest good for yourself here today. So the first card that we've pulled is titled The Shadow. And underneath it says self-empowerment and ambition. So to me, this card looks like a coyote sitting atop a tower. It kind of looks like, honestly, to me, it kind of makes me think of like a cake because it looks like icing here. And this mound is just very intentional. Um, and then we have some beautiful patterns and abstract designs kind of on this place where this coyote is sitting. So I am going to read what we have for this specific tarot, and then we'll be going into some oracle cards after these three. Okay, so the shadow, it's a jackal. So clever jackal always finds the tools needed to unlock trapped energy. The jackal is a master of the land of shadows, that live within the subconscious. By dancing with his shadow self, he is reborn with new insight and spiritual wisdom. Everyone has a shadow self composed of desires, repressed thoughts, and instincts. It represents the unknown, and it is necessary to embody the whole true self. Without it, we are fragmented. By accepting all sides of yourself, including anger and fear, you can master your shadow self instead of letting it control you. The shadow self is a powerful source for creative energy. If it is repressed, the inner fire is extinguished and blockages occur. As a hunter of opportunity, Jackal will guide you in overcoming the illusion of limitations. Self-empowerment is born from action combined with expression. So release yourself from creative restrictions. Imagination is the ultimate power. Wow, so really, really powerful stuff. So if you have been kind of sitting in this little bit of turmoil emotions, I feel like this card is really coming out to remind you that all of our emotions that we do experience, they're there for a reason. And just like this card is saying, to allow yourself to harness this energy, to allow yourself to experience this energy, to understand this energy, and to really sit with it. And then from there, like, kind of like birthing anew, like growing out of this energy, these emotions, to allow yourself to flourish and use whatever emotions and creative energy that this can unlock to express that true authentic self in the ways that you need. And also remembering to do this in a way that how do I say it? Not in a hurtful or attacking way. So actually using this energy to come out and flourish as your true authentic self, and letting go of any other energies that are surrounding you. And just really focusing on your flourishment and your journey right now in a positive light. That is what I'm getting from this little guy. He's also so cute. So yeah, this is the jackal over me. I see him as a coyote because that is more in line with my culture. So yeah. Our next one that we have here is the Eight of Acorns. And so this, I mean, I think it's supposed to be a snake, but to me I also seen an eel. I think mostly I thought eel because there looks like there's like this rippling of water in the background, but you can see that this creature is coming out of like underbrush or here, so coming up from the ground. So it most likely is a snake. And I just also want to double check with this triangle. They are different symbols of elements, so I'm just going to also double check what the upright triangle is here today. So this is the element fire. And so on this card it says energy and results. I feel like this is going to be a very powerful reading. I feel like this is a reading for someone who is in the midst of change right now, and overcoming like a bit of ego death, and big transformations of I feel like setting your life in a potentially new direction. Um, so we have 8 of Acorns. And it is an eel. Okay, so I was, yeah. Okay. So the elusive eel is a master of transformation. His surge of energy drives him to move in all directions and at a great speed through the wild rivers of ingenuity. Highly observant, he quickly finds ways to adapt to new situations. When an opportunity presents itself, he strikes while the iron is hot. Things are starting to excel into action as you become fueled by the fertile fires of adrenaline. You've been making great strides. Eel will help charge you with energy as you move toward the fulfillment of your goal. Let enthusiasm lead the way as you make the most of opportunities. So keywords for this message is energy, result, solution, speed, activity, and goals attained. Yeah, I definitely feel like there was a reason for me doing this reading today. Yes, so as you're in the midst of this change for yourself, I feel like it's really important to follow your intuition, to work with your energy. I know when we are in the schedule of things, so your daily routines, that sometimes things feel set, and that it's hard to deviate from these routines. Uh, but I think Spirit is really trying to say that right now it is really important to work within your energies and your intuition. If you're feeling called to do certain things in the morning and certain things in the afternoon, and you're normally that's out of your routine, I encourage you to try to explore to follow your energies of what you feel is important to do right now. And this energy that you're in might not last super long, so it's really important to follow your intuition and move with your energies right now while you have this push and this fire behind you. That's what I'm getting with this one. Okay, next we have 9 of Shells, gratitude, fulfillment, and we have a cute little penguin. Oh my goodness. I love these cards, by the way. These cards are the Spirit Song Tarot by Paulina Faye. And then we have another element here. So I'm with a triangle pointing down. I feel like that might be water, but let me just confirm here. Yeah, so it is the element water. So the shells symbolize harmony, peace, and fertility. Shells are used in place of traditional cups in the regular tarot and are tied to the energy of emotion and imagination. So we have 9 of shells here. So gratitude and fulfillment. Penguin is proficient at diving deep down beneath the surface of common perception to access what is needed in bringing dreams to fruition. Determined and insightful, he is your guide in unfolding of a bright future. Penguin may not be able to fly, but that doesn't keep him from soaring. His gratitude radiates, casting a wave of awakening across the sky. Enjoy the rewards of your past efforts. Remain appreciative of good tidings, and take flight into new scopes of your being. With the power of inspiration, you are the master of building your own reality. So we have happiness, gratitude, wishes, fulfillment, comfort, triumph, inspiration, abundance, and rewards. So I also got, as I was reading this, like maybe you're in a bit of a pause as you're shifting directions right now. And so Spirit is just reminding you that this pause is okay, but to also know that all your hard work of past work that you've been doing, to also have appreciative and gratitude for that, as well as to know that it is also there to support you as you are going through this transition period. So also just having respect for your process as you are shifting and changing, and respect for your past decisions. And then know that you are in divine timing here, that this is the timing that you are ready to fully shift and step into this being that you are, that's your most authentic truth. And to have that courage, beautiful soul, know that you are, I feel like maybe it's been really challenging right now for you. And just a reminder that you are fully divinely supported. And to take this time here to find that gratitude, to find that appreciation, maybe just taking a certain time of day or a moment of silence or clarity, or clarity is not the right word, a moment of calm and collected moment to find that appreciation for past doings, or even just small things in your life. So if these big changes have been kind of thrown into your life unexpectedly, so I feel like this is like for two different groups right now. People who have chosen to make big changes and people who have had big changes just happen to them. And so if you've had the big changes just happen to you, and perhaps that was the collective that I was feeling the heart energy from when we started this reading, it can be really hard sometimes to understand what is happening when we're going through really big, difficult changes. And this is a reading just to remind you that you are supported here by your guides. And when you're ready to find that gratitude by just being appreciative for any little things, maybe it's a warm bed, maybe it's that you have electricity, maybe it's that you can drink clean water. If you need to, go to the real basics as well. When you're ready, of course, honor your emotions that you are in right now. And when you're ready, take those little steps when you start to feel that energy where you can find the time to start to just take that moment. Yeah, okay. From here, we're going to start to draw from a new set of decks. These are our oracle cards. This oracle card is made by a Canadian, created in Canada. I'm actually not seeing, Ladja Ramcharan, artwork by Amanda Parker. And so before we begin, we are again just going to take this time So I've only used this deck a couple times. It's kind of a brand new one for me, which is exciting. Oh, and they have like this really cool shiny edge, and like as I'm shuffling, it just has the coolest sound right now. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do we have today for this collective? Please bring one or two cards here as we start to move. Okay, Spirit, we're gonna start off with this one. So they are making themselves known for sure here. Wow, I get like just a very, like a creator. The word creator came to me here as I hold this card. And the universe. So we have some different planets kind of up here. We have this like cosmic energy in through the middle of this card. And we of course have the eagle flying highest above over the clouds. So traditionally, I don't know if you have any feathers. But eagles along with, what is the Mexican huge bird? Is it the condor? They're like considered birds that can carry the messages to the creator, the spirit, to the universe, to whatever you align with here. They are the birds that can carry the messages up. They fly the highest and oversee so much. So looking from like, I get like this higher self view with this card. And to maybe for you to reach out and remind, like as a reminder that if you ever need the support, all you have to do is ask and reach out. And I'm also getting like the word respect, to have respect So maybe this is something that you can find your own way of. How do you show respect to spirit, to your connection with spirit? Do you have like any sort of traditions or your own sense of ritual that you do to show this respect? Or is there something that you can bring in now? Having this card, does anything come to mind as a way that you can show respect? And I think coming back to this gratitude, when you reach out to spirit, is there any sort of practice that you can bring in to show that honor and respect? And also coming back to your own ceremonies, so the things that help you feel your fullest cup, your best self. And so again, when we're going through difficult situations, sometimes that that can be hard. It's easier said than done sometimes, right? And so also coming back to that idea that we were talking about, uh, where you allow yourself some time and space to focus on what your needs may be. And again, if you're a caregiver, or maybe you're not used to this sort of work for yourself, it is really important, even if it's the smallest amount of time, even if it's that just that in that moment of calmness where you're having gratitude, also asking yourself, what do I need today to help fill my cup or to help show up as my best self? And just taking that time to see what comes as an answer. And I'm also going to read this card. I feel like I should read. It's like a really important card. So I'm going to also read this one here to you as well. So the energy of our spirits are pure, full of unconditional love, and more vast than the single individual. Our spirits are part of the whole and an extension of consciousness that goes beyond the physical to the quantum and magnetic. Our spirits are beyond a belief system, greater than the expanse of the universe that transcends one's mind. The spirit, therefore, is an embodiment of all that is in corporeal form. There are pieces of each of us in the energetic form that connect our beingness from across the veil to the earth realm and to the time placements in history. Our spirits reside in quantum layers within our DNA and allow energetic communication to the higher self in order to carry out our mission. While always moving towards a knowledge of the Creator, our intuitions are guided by our spirits and all that is to carry out the plan. Where our incarnation experiences can be compiled to create a full picture of our timeline on Earth. Our spirit enjoys life, always seeking joy within situations, relationships, or single moments, and opting to be fully present within each moment. Every learning experience is etched upon the memory bank of the human, a cache, a personal comprehensive record of all incarnations. Allow the joyful nature of your spirit to live under the unlimited energy of the divine as much as possible. Your spirit is always curious, creative, and supportive as it is a quantum aspect that resides within you and is carried forth as an imprint in your incarnation. Give love, credit, pride in your spirit, and nourish your spirit with focus, divine energy in meditation, or by living life in the present moment, and you will always be carried effortlessly on your life path. Feed the spirit by recognizing your worth and acknowledge that you are part of a much larger consciousness that loves you dearly. So I also got, when I said feed your spirit, I also wanted to say free your spirit. So maybe that means something to somebody here. And recognizing your worth, remembering that you are love and light energy. And no one can take that from you. You are this conscious love, light energy in a body. So I'm going to let that sit with you. We're gonna do, I think, 1 or 2 more cards from this deck, and then we'll just have a couple from our last deck. Okay, we have 3. That was really interesting. This one completely stuck. I kind of like tried to shake it down back into the deck, but that was not happening. So our first card that we pulled is Self. Ooh. And so we have this really cool, so there's like a bunch of like spirals circling. So if you like think about when you're spinning around as a kid and everything got really dizzy and then everything just keeps spinning around you, that's kind of like the imagery that came to mind here with this circling, spinning of movements. Like you would see lights kind of like flashing by the long pieces in the circle motion. And then that is all surrounding snowflakes. So we have like snowflakes in here, and again, remembering that you are very unique, and that your life story. So I think sometimes we can let other people influence our life stories, but reminder that they have not lived your life. They have not lived in this body that you have right now. So a reminder to keep that in mind. And I'm going to flip over the next 2 cards before we go in depth anymore on any of these here. So the next ones that we have are Truth. Oh, cool. So this is like a lighthouse with a giant moon lighting up the sky, and then this ocean behind and this reef where the lighthouse sits. Not reef, but this little island of rocks here. And then in the background, we have like these musical notes. So they're really hard to see, but they're in black, and we have musical like sheet notes through the background of this card. So maybe you're an artist. Maybe you play music. Maybe you really have this creative drive in you. So again, we were talking about creative drive earlier. And I feel like this side of you has been kind of in the darkness for a little bit. But this is your sign that is coming out. This is your sign to connect with this energy. We have this beautiful moon now, full moon coming in to light up this direction for you, and to use this energy that you're in right now to really find, again, like we were talking about, move with your energy. If you are starting to feel drawn to reigniting a past hobby or passion, to not hold back and to just let maybe the words flow, the notes flow, the colors or the thoughts flow, and either start to write them down or to kind of set them in motion for a plan. Maybe your creative is involved with your work, and that you can use this energy to kind of plan for the future. These creative ideas, getting them down. And so we have the word truth coming in here. So I feel like with the self and truth, it's like very apparent to me that this comes off as you are really stepping into your authentic self, and to not hinder or hold back or hide that part of yourself anymore. You are fully supported in this energy right now to and protected, that you can start to step into this most authentic version of yourself. And if you have had recently felt like you've had hard words by others thrown at you, or like someone's been trying to bring you down, I invite you, this has been on my mind to bring up, that there are energy practices that you can do to release that. So that stuff is not yours. Please remember that that stuff is not yours. Allow yourself to detach from these thoughts or words from other people, because that is coming from them. And if you cannot detach from those words, this is a reminder to really start to connect, and you need to find that connection in your truth self. Maybe journaling might be a good step here. Maybe you're needing to take time to be on your own so you can really figure out this energy, this, to figure out who you are, to build that trust with yourself again. And so a good, nice energy practice to do when you are feeling like there's been, maybe you're quite intuitive and you haven't actually witnessed anyone saying something to you, but you feel like there's been stuff maybe behind your back, or something feels like you're blocked and you haven't been able to see it. This is a good practice to help yourself remove these energies. So going out and walking bare feet on the ground. Now, if it's winter, maybe not bare feet, but the act of walking on the ground, if you can, with that barefoot connection, and you're going to stand out in a spot that is important to you, like a dedicated spot. Maybe you don't have this yet, or you just have created this dedicated spot, this grounding place for you, this place that you can go to at any time, this home for yourself to just contemplate how you're feeling in silence. And as you step into this place, to picture water running from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, and you're going to picture this water. It might start out to be muddy or dirty, and you're going to just keep rinsing this water. Rinse this water over top of you, over and over, all the way from head to toe, until you see this clearing water is no longer muddy, and it starts to it starts to pour fully clear over top of you. And then after you got rid of all of this like weird energy that's been surrounding your being, or like thrown at your being, once all of this brown, dirty, gross water is taken out of you, and you have this nice clear surrounding you again, I invite you to bring in any other closing of the ceremony would be to bring any other light, to picture yourself surrounded in red light after. Maybe you have a specific stone or something that you have that has nice light energy that you want to bring with you, or if you know any sort of Reiki or anything, maybe doing some self-Reiki, but bringing in this beautiful, bright, white, clear light back into you here, from your head all the way down to your toes, and allowing that to fill up your body, your energetic body, your aura. So I just felt it was really important to give you that as a practice. If you don't have your own practice, this might be a good one to start. I also do I do some sacred healing that involves, if you feel like that you need some external help, you can feel free to reach out. I can do that online or in person. But um, uh, and if you have your own practice that's similar or something that you connect to more strongly, a reminder to come back to that for yourself. Okay, and then we got our other card here. Ooh, perfect. Is courage. Uh, so really cool. We have this beautiful like crystalline like cup here and a dragonfly. So maybe you really resonate to dragonflies. They're one of my favorite insects as well. And then we have a little cloud above this that says courage. And it almost looks like floating lanterns, you know, where they light up the lanterns and let them float off to the sky. We have a bunch of lit up lights here flying off into the distance. And then at the bottom, we have these beautiful, again, like crystal stones. So again, I'm getting a little bit of, like, crystals were always thought of a communication tool. And then it's grown up into a cup. So again, I'm getting like communication. Maybe creating that, connecting to something deeper than yourself right now. Yeah. And this reminder to have courage in a difficult time. I feel like I want to read from this one for sure. I will just touch and take a glance at these two as well here for you. But I for sure feel like I'm supposed to read the courage card. And that it is for like both groups of our collective that are here right now. So for self, we have the self is part of each human that is most connected to the physical plane, where we use emotional energy to react or realize learning experiences from our circumstances. The self is subject to the ego, part of us that questions and utilizes our emotions to make decisions about our life situations, relationships, or beliefs. The self is one part of a whole which includes spirit and soul. The soul interconnects with spirit, and the self contains the soul. The self filters incoming stimuli through the 5 physical senses and decides which emotion to apply to the given situation. The self is feeling, sensitive, essential component to the human experience on earth. It is part of the individual that controls the flow of the divine energy throughout the human existence and moderates the movement of emotional energy. When one realizes self-worth, there is an activation of the metaphysical sense, and the self begins to acknowledge its complexity. The integration of the self with spirit is essential in the soul's evolution. Every soul progresses this way, with some at a greater rate than others. It is important to allow emotions to be felt by the self, but to let them go, as so not to create physical manifestations of illness that may affect the flow of divine energy. The self has the ability to apply free will and the choice upon the life purpose path. Allow for continued flow of feelings and experiences of the human existence, knowing that you are way more than you think you are. The more you acknowledge the synchronicities in life, the more aligned the self, soul, and spirit become. Practice meditation, focus, intent, and prayer daily to engage communication with spirit while continuing to evolve in the self in consciousness. Wow! So everything that we've kind of been saying, talking about like the self-worth idea again and again, like the connecting to spirit and taking that time. So I think there's sometimes a moment where, and maybe you're in this moment right now where because we have this fiery energy up here right now, right? And I feel like you're claiming your self-worth back. And and you're allowing yourself, giving your permission to step into this authentic version of yourself. And for this reason, I'm very proud of you. That can be one of the most challenging things to go through in life. And so if you're in this stage right now, just take a moment to give yourself props, because not everyone is called to do this. Not everyone can do this. And the fact that you are doing this it's really important. The work that you have to do is really important, and that is why you're also being called to step into this version of yourself. The world needs to hear what you have to say, or your specific beautiful energy that you have to offer, whatever your special gifts are. You're being called to present them and to start to talk about them and to open up about them. And that can, again, another thing that can be easier said than done. But this, again, courage to do this. You have this energy, this support behind you, and sounds like you are already stepping into this courage. And it is a reminder to keep going forward, keep moving. And again, there's always this practice that you can do each day of maybe imagining or picturing yourself stepping into that authentic version of yourself, zipping it up and allowing yourself to be this person in all of your decisions, all of your conversations, your thoughts, your plans. So really, really powerful stuff here. Okay, I'll read truth as well, and then we'll get on to courage to find out what else this card has to say. So the essence of humanity is based on truth. Truth guides us and gives us a path to follow along our workings as a soul living in a human body. When we live by our truth, we are evoking our innate right to live by the imprint of the soul's explicit words and purpose. When others hear the truth from what we express, they hear the soul speaking its energy, vibration, a song that can only be sung from the channel of spirit. It is human construct to lie or to allow the friction of emotional energy to interfere with the vibrational energy of truth. When a lie is expressed, it carries an energetic quality that may become addictive and may bloat to the point where the truth is diverted further and further away. It then becomes too easy to stay within this energy of lies, obscuring the truth until it interrupts the power of truth flowing forth from us consistently. This energy clouds the life purpose path and could cause delays or derailment altogether on reaching the necessary goals the soul had previously set for the current incarnation. Living by one's truth also applies to following what resonates with with the divine vibration within. This intuition authenticates our relationship with self and others. We are true to ourselves, recognizing our mission, keeping our focus, and being of service. We are allowing our intuition, the energy of our intuition is the spirit, and therefore we allow the unrestricted flow of loving, divine energy to guide us through the journey that adheres to the mission of our present incarnation. Therefore, live your truth by tenaciously pursuing your dreams, manifesting them by continuing to follow your intuition, and by loving the self, others, and all around you. Woohoo! Yeah, so everything that we've been saying. I also got in this reading that because some of you are just kind of opening and cracking open this door if this change has started to be forced upon you. And so when I was talking about So this is for the group where you feel the change has just happened to you. I think for the other group where you've chosen the change, you've asked for this change, these, like what we've talked about, has started to already resonate, or you've already heard it. But for those of you who have had this change forced upon you, when it's talking about lies, I think it's talking about things, maybe stories that you have started to tell yourself over the years. And this could be stories that have started, like things that you have decided about yourself that maybe have started to hold you back. So there might be a really great idea for a journaling exercise is to write down like these stories, these things you tell yourself. And then if you were somebody that was being told these stories, like a friend was telling you what they thought about themselves, how would you be their cheerleader? How would you kind of bring them out of this idea or funk? Like, see if you can view these stories from a different perspective, to help shift this energy or mindset, for anything that feels like you've adopted in the recent years or past years about yourself that maybe wasn't true about you when you were younger. Or I'm just getting like that kind of energy to really just take a look at what you've been telling yourself and see if you can kind of bring in this more positive energy around the thoughts of yourself. So if you're just kind of cracking this door open, again, this is all entangled in this self-worth. How do you view yourself? So that's kind of a little extra sidebar for a certain group of the collective here today. And then we're going to finish our courage card here. So courage comes from many incarnations, where the energies obtained from gleaning the learning experiences from various challenges accumulates over our lifetime. We can gain courage from one lifetime, yet the many incarnations provide a full cup of courage when the soul is ready to advance. Oh my gosh. So like as I was reading this first sentence, I like kept wanting to say lifetimes or various gleaning experiences from various challenges, over lifetime. So I was thinking, it started to come to mind already, that like from that your soul is ready to move forward, and that this big work that you are doing. So again, collective groups that are here, if you are shifting into work that might feel really big, maybe a little scary, but you had this feeling inside of you that this is what you're supposed to do. You have this beautiful, strong fire, this beautiful power. The thoughts and words that you have to say will really make a difference in people's lives. And this work feels like it's work from that maybe you started in past lives, and that your soul is now ready to finish this work. Like maybe that work that you started, the collective wasn't ready to hear or wasn't able to finish this work for whatever reason. But I feel like this is the time, and your soul is ready to advance, and the collective is ready to hear what you have to say about these important issues or thoughts that you have around certain things or your gifts, or I feel like your art or whatever you resonated over here with this self and this creation, this creation here with truth, that when we were talking about all these different gifts, whatever you resonated here when we were talking about those are what the world is ready to witness. We may find courage through challenges faced, but also from not facing the challenges. This means that through free will, we have the choice to endure the challenges set by our higher selves, or to choose not to proceed through the challenge. An example would be from one who decides that upon attaining a terminal illness, such as cancer or other life-threatening illness, one may decide to allow the dis-ease to carry through without intervention and return to source. It involves the energy of courage to do either scenario presented before the person, to continue through intervention and explore the opportunities thereafter, or to endure the process and return to source to regroup. Courage is that which is earned through the building of strength in any of the challenging times we face. When given any difficult time within your life, choose the path that you intuitively feel is best, and you will obtain the energy of courage to face any outcome. Choose not to become attached to the outcome in any scenario so that the wonderful and magical opportunities may be brought forth to you. Fear no challenge as you have the wherewithal to endure every difficulty that comes before you. Fear no challenge. Okay. Know that you are always supported by Spirit and that you may always draw upon your strength within to persevere. You are never alone. And I will read the affirmation for this one. I embrace the energy of courage that resides within me and draw upon it in times of need. I realize that with every challenge I face, strength accumulates and becomes courage. I will always be divinely supported through life's many difficulties and will always possess courage energy to face additional challenges. Wow, so really, really big, deep energy here with this card. So again, if you've kind of been going through something difficult here, emotions, maybe conversations with others, it can be easy to kind of fall into ourselves when that sort of stuff happens. And so as we were talking about earlier, give your time and space to feel the emotions that you need to feel, but also to have that courage to stand up, to rise up, to take those baby steps, those little steps when you're ready. And I feel like energy healing is really important right now, whether you have your own practices or you go to somebody, especially with the heart chakra, or even just giving yourself time, maybe taking yourself for a massage or doing something loving and really beautiful and caring to your for yourself here. And sometimes it's hard to do on our own, so sometimes it might be important to ask for someone else or to go to a professional in whatever capacity that might mean to take this time for yourself. This could be anything that you are feeling called or drawn to when we're talking about this. This could be energy work, this could be Reiki, this could be something for the physical body, this could be something for your mental and emotional body. So I invite you to just take a moment to notice what comes up for you when we talk about this right now, and that I am sending all the beautiful love and light your direction right now. And it'll be okay. I know maybe if you're going through something really difficult right now, those words don't always help. But know that you are supported. We are going to draw, I'd like to say 2 more cards, but we'll see what we have in store for you here from our last deck today. So this is our, I've used this deck a couple times here. This is our soul coaching deck of oracles by Denise Lin. So I also have a personal deck by her. Oh boy, okay. We can just see here. Spirit, is there any other messages? Ooh. We have here, and last one, last shuffle. Let's see what we have from these ones. Last shuffle, Spirit, is there any other final words that you'll want me to end this on? Going back in. Final words for the collective here. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Thanks. So we have definitely more than two. But our final words today. So the first one that popped out really fast here, this is beautiful, is breakthrough. So this is literally what this whole reading has been about right now. This energy that we're shifting through, this state that we are in as we're moving forward. And this is just, I feel like, very powerful colors. We have like deep oranges and yellows in here. We have this beautiful Pegasus with the wings and without the horn, I'm not quite sure, but we have the beautiful wings in here, this beautiful flowing tail. They're standing on, like, balancing on the center rock and then looking out over top of water or with mountains. There's some trees over here on the side. Yeah, this just feels like you are stepping into your power right now. And to trust this process. And that this is it can be a challenging process, but this is a reminder that is also a very beautiful process. Our next card that we had is just Spirit reaffirming the gratitude here. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful card. I've never pulled this one before, but we have an older lady here dressed in a beautiful robe of like heavy material, wrapping her up here. She's looking to the sky, to these stars, the light, to the moon. And so we have a lot of full moon energy coming in on this reading today again here. I think it's, if you're feeling called to the moon or reading up more about full moon energies or anything like that, I feel like know maybe a little bit more about what is coming in these messages for you right now. And like, I'm also getting the word cosmic right now coming in. I just look at how serene and happy she is. This is the energy that we want to call in right now for ourselves. Beautiful. This is so great. Okay, and then we have our power card. Oh my gosh, again, we have this cosmic energy in here. We have this beautiful, I feel like I got like a female vibe from this elephant. So maybe that you're really connecting to feminine energy right now. And she is running through the jungle. So there's like, you can see like she's not letting anything hold her back. She is just letting herself run wild and fully stepping back into that power of this beautiful creature here. This beautiful creature that you are, this beautiful divine being that you are, this this spiritual being that you are, and really allowing yourself to step in fully to this person and let yourself run free, run wild. Let yourself fill up with this power that you know you are, that you innately are, and without dulling it down, let yourself shine bright. Let yourself be this person that you came here to be. Yeah. Whew. And our last card, beautiful, from Spirit. So again, we do have numbers down here. We have 4 and 0, we have 40, we have 2 and 6, 26, or maybe you've been connecting with the number 8. You could be connecting with the number 0. And we also have the number 33 down here. So maybe there's been some 3s connecting to you as well. And so our last card is love. So again, I feel like Spirit's just reaffirming, take the time that you need, reconnect to that authentic version of yourself and give yourself this compassion, this love. Maybe there's been some inner child work that you're being called to or have been called to. I just got like the image of like wrapping your arms around yourself. Maybe we haven't always had that support that's been there throughout our lives to be this figure. Sorry, one second here. What are the words that are coming through? Maybe you haven't always had this support of a loving energy consistently when needed in the past, but that you can be this person for yourself. You can start to step into this version that is needed. You can be this adult version that you never maybe had consistently of love. I keep getting like inner child work. And I feel like, again, you know what this work, maybe you've been working on, or you know that you've already connected to this idea. Or maybe this is something new that's coming forward that might be really big revelations for yourself. I'm coming back to that journaling idea of writing down those stories and really being your own hype man. How would you be understanding and caring, and how would you write or talk to this person to bring them out of certain mental states or mindsets? But also just wanted to talk a little bit more about this card. So there's like kind of like blue sky with really soft clouds in the background, like almost like before rain or after rain. She has this beautiful light behind her. She is dressed in a nice light blue gown that's flowy and fun. And then we have these beautiful reds and pink, so passion, and then self-love. So again, this could also be maybe thinking about whatever those passions were again here. Maybe that is your way to working through certain things for yourself, is through that art or that creative expression. Can also be beneficial, not just for the collective that you're here to talk to or bring ideas or thoughts to, but also maybe just for yourself. Take that time to do those things just for yourself as well. So lots of big messages and powerful energies here. So I invite you to kind of take a moment to look through these one more time. Notice if anything else connects to you here one more time, maybe that you didn't notice before in the cards, or any other thoughts that come up for you. But I feel like this is really big reading and powerful reading here today. So really be gentle with yourself after this reading. Drink lots of water, and take that time maybe that we needed to have that moment of calmness for yourself, if you can at some point today. Thank you all so much for joining me here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Sending so much love, healing energy, light. Thank you. Okay, bye.